Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Rellism Sports Talk, episode 34 on this FCS playoff start of the day. I'm rocking my Vmi shirt. I know they're playing Jamie right now. It's not even halftime. They're down 14-3. Hey, but we staying faithful. We staying faithful that they can come back. I'm from Virginia area. So I really don't have no dog in the fight. So I'm pulling for VMI and JMU, and they just happen to be playing each other. So showing love for VMI, for Rick Hess, and for Austin White, and the boys down there, the Keydets. They gave a scholarship offer to my son too, so I'm always gonna have love for them, especially in football. Unfortunately, they got the draw of playing probably the best team. Actually, they were ranked number 1 in the polls. I don't know how they got ranked number 3 for the playoff seeding. That don't make no sense to me. I don't know how they determined that or what they figured that. They didn't even win the CAA championship. Don't know how that happened either, but I guess Delaware had one more victory or something. But if you're ranked number 1 in all the polls, I mean, I don't know. But hey, either way it goes, Keydets, hats off to you with a backup true freshman quarterback stepping in. I mean, hats off to you. Hats off to the coaching staff. Hats off to them. They'll be able to get some recruits in there if they can deal with the rigorous nature of being a Keydet. You know, only the few and only a certain kind of person can go down there and do what they're doing. So hats off to them. Austin White, I hope you continue to have a great season, boy. I love you, boy. And hey, that's what we're gonna say about the Vmi Keydets. James Madison, hey, hope you win just because you're a local team. They also had love for my son in football, so I'm always gonna have love for them. FCS football, hey, I'm excited just to see the playoffs. I wish we could include some SWAC schools on this. I don't know how that works out or what goes on. I like the SWAC playoffs and I like the conference championship. I like all that. But I feel like there has to be some kind of way we can incorporate some of these schools, blend it in. We'll see how it goes. They're just anxious for my son's season to start. ASU, baby. ASU Hornets. But after football, after that, we'll see what's going on with that. Let's get it in with basketball. We got tons of basketball talk. First thing I want to talk about is the Nets. Yeah, everybody thinks the Nets, including myself, are the favorites to win. When you got 3 super duper stars like them, 3 Hall of Famers, and all this, you expect them to win. But I'm slowly looking at him and I'm like, okay, KD's in and out. In and out. It feels like when he comes in, he ain't missed a beat. I ain't gonna lie. But then you got Kyrie sometimes leaves for some weird reasons. I don't know. Unfortunately, LaMarcus Aldridge had to retire. That's a scary situation with his heart. I think it's a big loss for him, to tell you the truth. I think it's a big loss for them. I know they got Blake Griffin and all, but I think Aldridge losing him was a big loss. But you still got the big 3 over there. If they come back healthy, I think they're still the favorites. But Harden just had another setback. So what's going to be when he comes back? And it always comes back down to chemistry. I look back to that first Miami Heat team, that first big 3, when we're going not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, all that crap or whatever. That first year they lost. Remember, everybody? They lost. And was it chemistry? I don't know. Or what it was, or who wants to take the shot at the last seconds, and clutch time and crunch time, who's going to do it. I think they've got the same similarities here with this team. I think James Harden has figured out his role. He's a facilitator. I mean, he was leading the league in assists, and he was doing all kinds of things. Something I didn't even know if James Harden could do. I was impressed. I mean, I've been a critic of James Harden for a long time now. But, I mean, he showed me some stuff since he's been in New Jersey. I guess winning cures all, huh? Or the prospect of winning. Anyway, so I think when they're full strength, they're scary. Right now, they're intriguing to see what's going to happen because 76ers, I mean, hey, they don't seem like they're going nowhere. Giannis, he's still coming. I don't think he has enough. Boston seems like they might be gelling a little bit here and there. But I'll tell you who's red hot. The Knicks. And I'm looking at it right now. It looks like they might win their 8th game in a row here. And they're in the 5th seed in the East, going up to the 4th seed in the East. Could the Knicks host a playoff series? The Knicks. Tom Thibodeau. If you're not up for Coach of the Year, I don't know what Coach of the Year would be. Julius Randle I seen in the MVP conversation. Another night at the Garden, the crowd was screaming MVP for him. Jalen Rose, Cardiac Kid. He's back again, pulling up big-time things. JT Barrett is coming along way better than I thought he was going to be after that first rookie campaign. I didn't know. But they starting to fill out. They starting to blend well. Julius Randle, his last year with the Lakers, I remember in the offseason when they were trying to figure out if they were going to sign him or not, he was putting stuff on. I think me and Brandon was talking about it. We were like, yo, he's getting cut. He's getting cut up, yo. He's getting big. And he's talking about how much work he's put in. Then we let him go. And now look at him. He's out here doing things. All-star. You in the hunt for the MVP, he ain't going to win. But for a Knick to even be considered that, for the Knicks to be having a chance to host a home court playoff series, really? Julius Randle, hey, my hat's off to you, boy. My hat's off to you. Because when we drafted you, I thought it was a whack pick. You grew on me a little bit, but I never was super duper sold on you. Then again, I was sold on D'Angelo Russell, and look at me. Psh. But hats off to the Knicks. The NBA is better when the Knicks are better. I ain't gonna lie. But I know y'all saw that game, the Knicks versus the Pelicans. I don't know. It made me nervous when Zion was like, this is probably my favorite play. I mean, my second favorite place to play other than New Orleans. Nah, you know what he meant. This is my favorite place to play. And his best friend, J.J. Barrett, plays there. The Knicks are out here hyped up. They're thinking, oh boy, in 4 years we're going. And honestly, if they don't win in New Orleans, and look at the team they got, you would think they'd be in the hunt for it. They ain't. I don't know why. If the Knicks continue to be middle of the road, East or whatever, and adding somebody like Zion could put them over the top, that would be tough. That'd be kind of tough. See, I like when teams are like brought up together like that. I like that. It makes it fun because you get used to the same names, custom names blending together. It's not a whole bunch of stars just thrown together. I hate that. But we'll see. Them Knicks, hey, they're fun to watch, man. I ain't gonna lie, they're fun to watch. And I've always been a Derrick Rose fan, so I'm happy to see him, still getting around. Injuries were horrific to him, but he's still hustling, doing things. But before them injuries, Derrick Rose, filthy. Going along with that, AD LeBron, my Lakers. AD just came back. LeBron's gonna be coming back soon. The playoffs about to start. Is this gonna be a problem for them? Would the layoff matter? People are like, oh, the layoff's gonna matter, this and this. I'm like, no, it ain't. People forget about the bubble last year. They had all them months off. That refreshed their body. You forgot they won the championship. So they played longest. You know what I mean? And LeBron's older. This layoff, I'm not saying the injury wasn't what it was, but hey, you just make it into playoffs with them two healthy and you got a chance to win the chip. Simple as that. And they know that. They ain't dumb. And the team winning without them, now granted they weren't crushing them, but they were above 500. You above 500 without them too? And beating teams like the Nets? Yeah, I said it. Beat the Nets by like 30. Now, granted, only if KD didn't play. Whatever. I'm just saying. It's going to be interesting. Now that Denver took that big L with their star going down, Murray. The West, the Clippers are having ill issues too. But I'll tell you what. I am scared of Rondo being there. Rondo might be the most intelligent player in basketball. I'm just saying. He could be a coach. He could be an executive. He's that kind of a mind. It's crazy. Think about the people he played with, all these Hall of Famers, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, AD. Now he's playing with Kawhi, Paul George. He has been around minds. Been around, played with, played against all these minds. And his name really does change. Not like Paul George, playoff P. That might be, instead of playoff P, he's playoff ooh-ee. But playoff Rondo is for real. Playoff Rondo is for real. So he makes me a little nervous out there with them. But it's all love. Like I said, I am a Laker fan. I want my team to win, but I don't want LeBron to pass Kobe. So if we don't win, it's cool. If we do win, it's cool. So I'm either way. I'd really rather not the Clippers or the Nets win. And I'd really be cool. Whatever else happens after that. But it's going to be crazy because of this play-in game. This play-in tournament. They did it with the bubble. And it was dope. I liked it. The Phoenix Suns, I mean, they caught everybody's eye. Let them know who was there. You know what I mean? Now you add a Chris Paul to that team. Yo, that play-in tournament is going to be vicious because could a team in the playoff tournament get there and win it all? Could it happen? More than likely, no. More than likely, no, because it's still a 7-game series. But to be devil's advocate, I look at the other sports that did stuff like this. Baseball, when they did that extra wild card, the wild card game, could a wild card team win the World Series? And it's happened multiple times. Wild card team has won. In football, could a wild card team win the Super Bowl? You're the wild card going in. Could you win the Super Bowl? Ask Eli Manning and the Giants. Couldn't it happen? Yes, it's happened. So why not a team that would have been out of the 8 spot, like maybe a 9 or 10, they get in the play-in tournament, get in there, boom, and get a spot and shock the world? Why not? It could happen. There's so many stars that are not in, like a Steph Curry, Zion Williamson, all these other guys. There are superstars out there that's not in the playoffs right now that can wind up getting in, and you never know what happens. I mean, look at all these injuries that's happened. COVID could happen. Anything could happen. And when anything can happen and you got a superstar, you never know. And these crazy year and some odd, it's been so crazy, you never know what to expect. Never know what to expect. So, are y'all still for that? You still for the play-in tournament? Or you don't like it? I like it. Because players ain't resting towards the end. They not trying to tank for more lottery balls and all this and all that. I like it. I think it was a great idea. And it makes the stars play. It makes you play instead of resting. Now there's a strategy to that. Maybe the top 4 or 5 seeds can still rest their stars or whatever. But as a fan, I like it. As a player, I understand why you wouldn't. But you're getting paid billions of dollars, and I'm getting paid my annual salary, so I don't really care. Do it for me. You know what I mean? We can switch places if you want. Shoot, I'll play every day. Shoot, not well, but I'll play every day. UFC tonight. Usman versus Masvidal, number 2. I remember watching the first one with Derek. When we watched that, and we were talking about it, dude had to jump in at the last minute, had to lose a whole bunch of weight all before the fight, whatever. And we were like, man, this dude has no chance. He had to drain all this weight, But when the fight started, I ain't gonna lie, the first 2 rounds was close. He was close, but then Derek, he knows all that. He knows all about all this stuff. He was like, yo, he might be tiring him out, dude. He's gonna run out of gas. And sure enough, he ran out of gas. But he fought valiantly. I mean, he fought tough. But there's only so much you can do when your body has to drop that much weight and stuff that fast. Can't be healthy. But now, hey, he's had all this time. You had all this time to get ready. You said that was the reason why you lost. Now it's your time to prove it. You know what I'm saying? You one of them box office people too. I was talking about box office last time. I talked about UFC. He's a box office dude too because he's crazy. But I think that he gonna lose to the champ. The champ's the champ for a reason, and I think he's gonna get him again. I think it's going to be a good fight. I wouldn't expect an early knockout or early submission, but in UFC, you never know. All it takes is one. One mistake, one lean, one thought process the wrong way, and it can happen. So, who knows how that's going to happen? We'll know. Baseball talk. Ready, Drew Harlow? Baseball talk. Let me just get this out of the way first because I don't even know where this came up before we start talking about the rivalries and different matchup situations going on. Does anybody know all the players on the Oakland A's? And if you say yes, you're a liar or all you care about is baseball because I looked at their roster and I was like, yeah, I know him. And I was like, wait a minute, who's that? What? I'm looking up different things, whatever. But they done won 12 in a row. The A's. And it's so crazy, yo. The thing about baseball is you always gonna have your heavyweights. You have your heavy teams, heavy cities. But it seems like every year or so, you always see one of these little small market squads. Well, it's the Marlins, the Rays, the A's, Twins. You know what I mean? We see all these small markets. 1 or 2 of them will creep up around. And, hey, here the A's are again. 12 in a row. Are they going to hold it off? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? But I'll tell you a rivalry that's looking awesome. As a Mets fan, I still pay attention to the Yankees too. So Yankees Red Sox is always like a big time thing for me. But the Yankees, they looking horrible. I don't know what's going on. Boston's starting to hit the ball and score a lot of runs lately. So I don't know that AL East. I don't know. But it seems like the AL East always flip-flops towards the middle of the year anyway. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to talk about the Dodgers, the defending World Series champions. And them Padres, that's like their little brother. But the Padres, hey, they got Fernando Tatis and Machado now. And they are coming. They are battling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Padres, they can get into the playoffs and do some damage. The Dodgers done won 9 straight division titles. And they're the favorites to win the whole World Series again. So, you expect the Dodgers to win. But I'll tell you what, the Padres are getting under their skin. If y'all watch any of their games, these two teams do not like each other. And I like watching stuff like that. I like watching stuff like that. That's what makes it fun, man. I don't want people kissing and hugging before the games, clapping each other up, changing jerseys. Now, hold on. Before I say that, I don't mind them changing jerseys in respect. You know what I mean? But I still don't want you to like them. I don't want you to like them. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. I guess a double-edged sword. It depends. It depends. But I still want you to want to rip their heart out. And these two teams, they look at each other wanting to do things to each other. I love it. I like it. I like it. So is that the new big rivalry? I think going forward with the young teams and the way the teams stack up, I think these two is going to be battling for a while. Padres, Dodgers. Another one that's always hating each other, but they looking good. Brewers and Cubs are the top 2 teams in their division. Cubs trying to right some wrongs from last year and all that. The Brewers stay coming. The Brewers balanced lineup. If you look at their lineup, they're balanced all the way across the board. And the Cubs are just trying to be what they were before. But they're battling each other. I love it. But the hardest division in baseball, by far. Hardest division in baseball, the NL East. And who's winning the NL East right now? Even though we're only a little bit over 500. My New York Mets, baby. The amazing Mets. NL East leaders. We getting hot too. The pitcher's getting hot. I'm going to call it right now. DeGrom is your NL Cy Young winner. DeGrom may be the best pitcher in baseball right now. DeGrom. Just going to put it out there right now. The Mets. We got 2 of the top 5 in ERA right now. 2 of the top 5. We hitting the ball. We starting to do things. We coming. I haven't been excited about the Mets in a while. So I'm pretty pumped up, you know what I mean? And I hate the division. I've always hated the Phillies. I really, really, really hate the Atlanta Braves. I was born in Richmond, so their AAA team used to be the Richmond Braves, and I used to go to some of their games, and I hated them. So I used to see them in my face when my dad was with the Mets organization. Yeah. So I've never liked the Braves. I'm glad that they're down, but they got a solid team. You know what I mean? The Nationals, they just won the World Series 2 years ago. So they got pitching, they got stuff, but pitching's going to take us all the way. Pitching's going to take us to the World Series, and we're going to win. We got enough bats to get it there. We got a legitimate super duper star, and we have pitching. Mets 2021 World Series champions. Say it right now. Say it loud. Say it proud. New York Mets, baby. I'm going to give out a rest in peace to Terrence Clark, freshman guard for Kentucky. He was killed in a traffic accident in California. It's horrible. 19 years old. He was just about to, go to the NBA draft. Him and his family. That has to be horrible. I couldn't imagine losing a child. He had so much life and so much promise. Send my condolences to them and their family and everything else. Yeah. But on a note outside of sports, had to get to it. Chauven is guilty. Guilty for what he did to George Floyd. Seen all this praise, seen everybody talking about change is coming. This is what's going on, justice, all this and all this. And hey, I'm not going to be a negative Nancy about anything. I am happy that this verdict came about. But everybody needs to realize and read between the lines, okay? It's up to this many years. He has 3 counts, up to 40, up to 25, up to 10. So he can get up to 75 years. Or it could have down to 26. And then they can push off whatever they want to. All I'm saying is, and I'm not trying to poo-poo nothing. I'm not trying to say that this is not a shot in the right direction, because it is. It is a shot in the right direction that you will see a police officer getting held accountable for what they do to a black person or a person of color. This is a small step in the right direction. But we cannot get ourselves blinded by this until we get the final situation going on and keep pushing forward. I need to see how many years he's going to get. For real. I need to see how many years he's going to get. I also need to see what's going to happen right down the block. Dante Wright situation. How's that going to get handled? How are we going to do that? Are they going to say, we gave you one, we're going to take this one? Or are we going to do the right thing and look at all the facts and decide, really, was this right and was this necessary? And should we hold people accountable for it? And when's the next one going to happen? What's going to happen after that? I feel like this is far from over. Far from over. But I feel like we can be moving in the right direction. We can be. We got a long ways to go, guys. And it's going to take a lot of effort every way. It's going to take a lot of effort every way. I really enjoy seeing different races out here talking. And one of my favorites is Pops, Greg Popovich. He's the coach for the San Antonio Spurs. If people have not listened to him talk about things in life, please check out some things that he said. He might be one of the most true people talking about different things as far as race and things of that nature. It's uncanny, because this guy is respected and respected as one of the best coaches ever, in his profession by everybody, all ethnicities and races and everything else. But when you get on the topic of stuff like that and sensitive matters, I want people to realize he is still one of the most intelligent people about what he's saying, because what he's saying is true. The fight's not over. And we shouldn't even say fight. I don't even like the word fight. But the process is not over. The steps that we need to take going forward is not over. So, love everybody. It's tough. It's tough. And black people, don't use it as a crutch. Don't use it as a crutch to try to get something else in life. Keep fighting for you. Keep fighting for you to get what you need done. Don't look for a shorthand on something else. Be grateful that these things are in place to keep moving forward. But remember to keep your head on straight. And don't put yourself in situations that bad things can happen. Rellism Sports Talk. We support all lives and all everything. Everybody has a voice. We just need to use it in the most positive direction possible. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's hopefully these steps keep getting closer and closer to our end goal. Thank y'all for checking it out. Appreciate it. On my YouTube channel and on podcast sites all over. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.